Did you know Pooh Shiesty committed an armed robbery in a green McLaren, flexed it on Instagram 2 hours later, and flew away in a private jet to evade the feds?
The barrage of sending 2 people to the hospital, and it lands a rapper in jail. 7 Sheldon Fox with the exclusive.
Police and prosecutors say Pooh Shiesty was part of the group that ended up in this parking lot that October afternoon where the flew, and it happened right across the street from the police department and town hall here in Bay Harbor Islands.
Shiesty faced extreme charges for the robbery he committed, but with the help of his lawyers, he secured a deal to have him released in 2025. But with Shiesty securing a shorter sentence, he received backlash for it. His best friend Big 30 had to hop on Instagram to defend him.
My mama, if you see some paperwork, my mama, I do whatever y'all tell me to do, cause my eyebrow, mustache hurt. I throw my chains in the river and jump in and if Shiesty snitch. Go home, take one to the. I ain't got no on
Rappers were dissing him for snitching, but didn't know the truth. Akademiks explained his current jail situation and how it's not normal for someone that committed those charges.
But salute to Pooh Shiesty, who looked like he's absolutely chilling in jail. My boy got a little Richard Millie, you know what I mean? Got the haircut all right. You know what I mean?
They be playing Fortnite Mobile.
In jail? Oh, he got the Timbs on. They look fresh as well. Yo, this so chilling in prison. He got 2 watches. Like, you know what I mean? Like 2 watches, not even 1.
But to understand his official release date, it's important to learn the latest update from his case. As Today Akademiks tweeted, Pooh Shiesty is at a halfway house. He's going to be home soon. In the original crime documents, Shiesty and his friend were setting a meet for high-end sneakers and narcotics. Shiesty is seen arriving at the meet in a bright green McLaren. As they await the seller's arrival, Shiesty and his boy make a plan to steal the items from these 2 men. Once the sellers arrived, they gave Shiesty the sneakers. Shiesty was busy doing a legit check on the high-end sneakers to make sure they weren't getting ripped off. In the meantime, he's negotiating on the price of them. It's possible if the sellers agreed to lower the price, nothing would have happened. Instead, both parties got into a heated argument. As just moments later, Shiesty is seen grabbing a firearm from out of his waistband and aiming at the 2 sellers. They both run away, trying to duck behind their vehicle, but they weren't quick enough. Shiesty hit both of them, with one hit in the backside and the other in the hip. As Shiesty takes care of the 2 sellers, Shiesty's friend was responsible for getting the sneakers and narcotics into the trunk. As he does that, Shiesty makes sure the sellers aren't trying to pull anything before quickly hopping into the driver's seat. However, one major issue in the robbery was the butterfly doors on the McLaren. As Shiesty lifts the door to get in, his Louis Vuitton bag falls out of the door onto the parking lot. Without noticing, Shiesty sped off in the McLaren. This was a huge deal for Shiesty because not only did it have over $40,000 in it, it would later be used as evidence in arresting him. Not to mention, it's like he didn't even pull off the robbery. He lost the same amount of cash for the sneakers and narcotics, if not more, while catching multiple felonies in the act. After fleeing the scene, Shiesty's escape plan was to head to the closest Miami airport, where he hopped on a private jet and flew out of Florida. But it wasn't long before the feds caught up with him a few days later.
The town of Bay Harbor Islands says you're wanted He's also charged with armed robbery, battery in their affidavit, saying the 2 left the state in a private jet.
Shiesty was booked and processed in the local jail and posted a $30,000 bond for release. But after 2 months on bond, Shiesty was arrested again for trial.
Mr. Williams, you were arrested for pursuant to an arrest warrant. It was issued June 3rd. It's charging you. You have 2 attorneys here, or is it? I'm sorry, 2 attorneys in the state. Go ahead. You want to announce again?
Brad Cohen and Sam Zegny for the defendant.
Have you had a chance to review?
Yes, Judge, we have.
As a result of his case, he pled guilty, resulting in a very short sentence for the type of crime he did. Akademiks announced Pooh Shiesty sentenced to 63 months in prison. He was facing 8 years. The Memphis rapper would be officially sentenced, and when Akademiks announced it, no one could believe it was so short.
And I think he's coming home like next year, maybe the year after. However, it looked like he's, you know, taking responsibility of whatever happened and doing his time, not crying. Clearly trying to let people know he's straight. And I do think when he comes back out, granted, as long as it's not like too far from now, if he comes back in a year, he's good. I still think even within 2 years.
But this isn't anything new for Pooh Shiesty. Many believe he was trying to paint an image to help boost his rap career by committing a crime. However, it was revealed that Shiesty's been doing crime like this his entire life. The only difference is that he has a spotlight now from his music career.
Yeah, I mean, look, Pooh Shiesty was probably the biggest artist that he signed in recent memory. But Pooh Shiesty had a history of crimes before he ever signed to Gucci. It ain't like, you know, he was like a school kid and Gucci suddenly put him in a bad direction. No, he was already doing it. Gucci wasn't around when he was doing all the crazy shit they got him locked up for. It just is what it is. But
Pooh Shiesty's in prison right now for somebody in the ass with a go while sitting inside of a McLaren.
Yeah.
Some Grand Theft Auto shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's who he was before that. So it's like, that ain't a surprise. And Gucci ain't gonna tell you like he can't just change who you are as a person. So it's like, you know, but people come up with the conspiracy theories and the life insurance whatever.
But the main reason for his short sentence was that he signed a plea deal. But he also did a proffer deal with the feds. A proffer is when the criminal proves detailed information to the feds relating to the offense, for which immunity or a lesser sentence is granted. Shiesty used this proffer to reduce his maximum sentence from life in prison down to just 63 months. However, with news getting out of his deal, other rappers started calling him out for snitching. And while it sounds like he might have snitched, all he did was tell the full story of how the crime went down. It gives the prosecutors and the judge an easy case and makes the trial as simple as possible. This goes a long way in reducing a sentence. They made Shiesty admit the mistakes he made throughout the crime, because he committed an armed robbery right beside a police station. The video footage from the crime is recorded from the police station's cameras. So once the sound of firearms was heard in the area, it was a few minutes before several police cars arrived at the parking lot. With law enforcement knowing the exact location of the robbery, it didn't take long before they looked at the footage. With police getting to the scene so fast, they found the Louis Vuitton bag Shiesty had left on the ground. This gave Shiesty no time to get his bag back, and it would become a huge piece of evidence in the case. At first, the feds had no idea who did the crime, but tips quickly came in from the public, mentioning a rapper was seen posted up with the green McLaren on Instagram. The feds were quick to look into the tips and found that Shiesty posted pictures on Instagram, flexing the car on the same day of the robbery. But the feds couldn't be 100% that Shiesty was their suspect off just that, so the feds looked for more from Shiesty's Instagram. They noticed many pictures of him flexing money, so they quickly downloaded them. With these photos, the feds zoomed in on the pictures to where they could see the serial numbers on the bills. With creative police work, they noticed one of the photos had a bill with the serial number that matched one of the bills inside the Louis Vuitton bag. So with both the green McLaren and serial numbers of the money from the crime scene matching Pooh Shiesty, they were able to take him in. What's even crazier though is that his team continued using the green McLaren for his music video, Gone MIA. However, rappers continued calling Shiesty a snitch. This caused him to get a bad reputation in the game, but it led to Shiesty releasing a huge statement from jail, calling out any ops who were disrespecting him. As it reads, King Shiesty tapping in from the middle of the penitentiary. I remain untouched. I have millions in double digits. Tell Google to fix my net worth. We can verify that right now. I'm locked up, not messed up. I was 21, up 8 figures. Jay-Z can't even relate to my money. Stop playing with my name before I buy one of you for sale. You guys aren't anything. I put on this stuff every day, twice on Sundays. I'm on the same stuff from Tokyo to Tennessee. I ain't never got scared that no one ever played with me. When I was free or in jail, I'm still the man of Memphis. The king no matter what jungle. Slick is almost the same man, just a little more powerful. But talking about Baby Larry, how did you let a man in the feds outdo you? You can't beat me. You need your hands in the game before you do something with me. For my fans, supporters, and loved ones holding me down every day, keep it solid. I promise it doesn't go unnoticed. I see everything and have something special for all of y'all. The rest of you guys are done. Keep hating, false advertising, backbiting, and counting me out. It's up and stuck like a treehouse. I'm touching down. I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm going 100% on you guys. Shiesty's standing tall while on the inside. However, we saw him share this message before he was originally arrested.
Really when I got signed, but I'm gonna tell you before I got signed, like breaking news. The verse on breaking news made everybody go crazy and folks start saying I'm their favorite rapper already, so I'm gonna stop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just made me go harder.
So the success kind of gave you the confidence to really keep it up?
Yeah, they rocking with me for sure.
Man.
It's in my first verse.